Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to fellow friends and sir. So today my topic, I would like to share with you about my speech, which is journaling as a coping mechanism. So have you ever feel like your mind was too crowded with a lot of thoughts, and like your head, you cannot even interpret how you feel to others about your feelings. Okay, so if so, you all are not alone. And these are the simple way which you can handle the stress or even the confusion, which is by doing journaling. So, what is coping mechanism? Coping mechanism is actually a strategy that we use to handle our stress, to handle our emotion, even our overthinking of some things that we cannot actually interpret. So today I would like to introduce to everyone two types of journals that we can use as a coping mechanism, which are reflective journals and junk journal. Okay, so let's begin with the reflective journal. Reflective journal is actually like a private space where we write our thoughts, we share anything that happen in our life as an experience to us. So it's not only just to record our experience, but also to understand how and why that things happen to our life. And from that, it actually helps us to build self-awareness and emotional clarity. Why I say it builds self-awareness? Because from doing reflective journaling, we can actually reflect on how we progress in our life, such as how we do in our tests, or how we progress in our friendship. Some people do have who struggle with a friendship. So by doing reflective journal, we can actually reflect on how we act, and also how behavior that we do to them, so that we can improve and be a better person. And also for the emotional clarity, and sometimes I feel like, especially for the girls, they tend to feel overthinking and they cannot express their feelings briefly to others, because they tend to think a lot of things, such as maybe on the same day they think about tests, about like we having a public speaking, and also they might think about the problem in home. So by doing the reflective journal, this actually helps them to understand and how they actually feel, like if they actually overwhelmed by some things, or even they feel angry to others. So for the second point, it encourages us to have a personal growth and resilience upon challenge. Why I say this? Because let me ask you something. Have you ever feel like you fail on doing something, even you putting a lot of effort in your works?
Yes.
Okay. For example, in SPM or even in our trial, we do work a lot. We do a lot of practice, or we also learn and teach others to improve our result. But in the end, our result keep still the same, or even we might fail on the test. From that, we can do by doing the reflective journaling. By doing the reflective journal, it actually can be a learning experience for us, where we can see our growth. Like we can do a chart about how our study method that works with us, and how our result can improve from it. Okay, so now that we are talking about reflective journal, I will move on to the junk journal. So junk journal is not about a crash. Okay, it's not about crash. Junk journal is actually a way for us to express our emotion when we feel like we want to express it in more playful way, or even we cannot find the words or terms that we can express ourselves. So by doing junk journal, it actually can offer emotional release through creativity. How? Okay, sometimes you guys do save or collect receipt, or even coffee slip, right? So if you already done that, you actually halfway on doing junk journal. So junk journal is, you can do it in the way that you want. You can express it. You don't need to be so aesthetic or whatever. You can just express in your own way. Okay? So for the about work. Okay. From that we know that in college life moves faster than what we thought. So but sometimes we go hang out with friends, or even we got notes from our roommates, or we do a press flower from college, and from that things, even though it's a small things, but it put a memory or details about our life. And from that we actually can help us to have a visual way to reflect our journey. And I think from doing the journey, we can actually reminiscence everything that happened in our lives through things that we put in our journal. So lastly, I will say that this is quote from my friend, which is, in the end, a simple notebook can be more than just a paper. It can be a tool for healing and growth. Why I say that? Journal, your journal or my journal can become a quiet friend for us that listen without judging. We can share anything that helps us to release our stress, to process our growth with people and remind everything that happened in our life. And so, whether you choose to write or even scribble or even do a scrapbook on your journal, I do encourage all of you who do journals to start doing a journal, because you can see a difference even you do a 1 page per week. So that's all from me. Thank you.